Hey there, Rippers. Good to see you again. I know I've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but I kind of did that for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons being giving you and I time to say maybe step away from all the doom and gloom and all of the division, negativity, all that kind of stuff on social media and spend the time we needed to be spending here before winter getting ready and prepared so that we can say overcome all the stuff they're talking about, right? Not saying that it will or won't happen, but why not be prepared, right? Be prepared to be able to do without power, do without heat, right? Do without water, things like that. All are things we should be getting, right? We should be doing those kind of things. And also, as well as that, getting ourselves in shape, going out on walks, getting our gardens broken down, right? If your garden did well at all, unlike mine didn't. Something weird about the sun this one. Don't want to throw any conspiracies out there. Just things didn't grow like they normally did. Still produced some stuff, but it just wasn't the same. It was a struggle this time, whereas last time or the last two times, as you guys know from the videos, it was like I couldn't go wrong. It was just the jungle of wonderfulness, right? And I had plenty to share with people, and that was awesome, right? And that's what the goal is, right? In our communities, we should all be self-sufficient enough to where we have extra to give to others. So that being said, one of the other things I didn't do was keep up on the hunt for ammos, right? And the reason for that is because it hasn't been as hard to find. It's not like we had to go out there and wear our costumes and our disguises, right, to get our 2 boxes and then our 2 more boxes and then go in as a middle-aged grandma, that kind of thing, and get another 2 boxes, all that kind of stuff. We didn't have to do that. Now I apologize if it's a little shaky. I'm having to use my iPad, but I still was out doing it. But I switched my gears just a little bit. I want to let you guys know there's plenty of ammo out there, but it isn't cheap. And that's one of the ways they're coming at us. They're making it difficult to get ammunition and firearms. And that's one of the directions they're coming at us. For instance, Oregon, right now, measure 114. If you aren't aware of it, look it up and read it, right? If you're in Oregon, make your calls, make your emails, do it off the hook, and let your representatives and the people that are going to be voted for here soon know what you expect from them. And that is a big fat no on that, because with that, they want to do away with these right there, right? Standard capacity magazines. They want to make them, ban them. And they still haven't decided on how they're going to do that, because there's going to be a bunch of them that are grandfathered and they're still batting it around. Now, how can you have something that is on a ballot that is, you're not sure if you're going to ban it outright, nobody can have them anymore, or if you're going to grandfather them? And then if you are, here's one of the ideas. Get this. Well, you can have the ones you already have, but you got to have the receipts for them with you when you're in possession of them wherever you are. Now, how many of you bought a box of 10 of those things from wherever, whether it's Sportsman's, Palmetto State Armory, or whatever, and kept your receipt over the last, say, I don't know, 50 years for me, right? Well, I didn't, and I haven't, and that's not right. I shouldn't be a criminal or shouldn't have to produce a receipt for something I bought in good faith legally, right? It is legal at the time and now. So that's ridiculous. They just need to do away with that idea. One of their other crazy ideas is we'd have to take them all in and have them serial numbered and sent in and registered and whatnot like that. Heck, I don't even know where half of mine are, right? Just kidding. But that's the kind of the point I'm making, is it's just nuts, right? And then what happens if you forget one or whatever? I mean, that makes you now it is just a Class C misdemeanor, but still, it makes you a criminal for something you never did wrong to start with. That's just not right. And we need to speak up and say, it's not right, and we're not going to tolerate it. We're not going to comply with it. Right? Because if enough of us do it, they will take note, because they'll say, wow, I don't think we can control that many people. Right? That's the key. It's about numbers, right? It is the only thing they fear. I know I sound like a broken record when I'm in chats and things like that, but it's only because I care. Because I care, and I know that the only thing they care about, and the only thing they worry about and fear is numbers that don't agree with them, right? That's why they keep us fighting each other. That's why they keep us divided. That's why they keep putting out the dis and misinformation and all that kind of stuff, is all just for that reason. To stop one word. United, right? United under God, right? They don't want to see that anymore. And when they do see it is the only times they back off. And we've seen it happen when they back off because of that. So that being said, just put that in your little think bank for a little bit, right? And think about that. And, think about that when you're out there too, and on wherever you are in YouTube land or video world or whatever you want to call it, right? Out there in the internet. When you're out there, think about it. Everything you see being said or done, no matter where you're at, is it dividing, and is it getting people to fight each other, right? Because if it is, it isn't working for the end goal that we need, and that is to be united as a country, right? As a world, to say no. So that being said, one of the things on Measure 114 is a permit to not only buy firearms, but to buy ammo. You're going to have to go through a background check and all these processes, and even a class, and you're going to have to pay to get certified and range certified and everything for you to be able to have a permit for 5 years to buy ammo. That's just wrong for so many reasons. That's wrong because you can't do that and charge a fee and tax on a right. I could go on and on. It's just wrong because it's our right to be able to have these kind of things. I mean, there's a lot of reasons it's wrong, but the biggest thing is the reason why they're doing it. And they're doing it because they want to make it difficult for us to be able to keep and bear arms. And so that being said, this is just part of what I collected while I was gone and on hiatus, say, not doing videos and stuff. I still didn't stop looking for deals. Now, I didn't go out there and pay these full prices and things like that, because there are places out there like AmmoSeek where you can go, ammoseek.com, that'll tell you the cheapest places to order online. But I'm looking more for places where I don't have to order online, so people don't know exactly what I got. Now, I know you'll say, well, it's right here on TV. And that's true, but somebody has to speak up to tell people how to do things, right? And not to mention, this is my brother-in-law's that I'm giving him for Christmas. So, that being said, anyway, it's not like I'm putting everything out there. But what I want to say is that these kind of things, you can go to estate sales, is what I'm doing now, garage sales, right? Especially estate sales. Now, I know that seems a little grim and whatnot like that, and it's not like you're going out there trying to take advantage of anybody, but instead of paying $56 a box for 5.57 by 28, right? If you have one of those, right? Well, you can get them for like $20 a box, which is reasonable. So, just want to be said. Now, when I tell you about prices here, I know just because I tell you a price, don't not buy your ammo if you can't find it for exactly that price. I mean, I'm out there deal hunting all the time. But the key is, if you don't have it and need it, well, you might have to pay a little extra because you didn't plan ahead, right? And I don't think they're going to come down much. In the past, I was always a proponent of saying, hey, let's not buy any ammo and let it sit on the shelves and see if they start bringing it down on sale. And that did work with places like Buy-Mart. But according to Buy-Mart, there's not going to be any more sales. It just is what it is marked on the shelf. And occasionally during certain special sales times there might be, but it won't be much of a sale. So I don't think you're going to see any deep sales anymore. So that being said, I want to show you what I got here, and just some of the ideas of prices. Now, these 325 round boxes, right, you're seeing those upwards of $40 or more now. So if you can get it for anything, in the, $20 to $30 range. That's good. These little 250 round boxes of Aguila right there, those things, believe it or not, I've seen them as high as $42. That's BS. Don't do that. I've also seen them as low as $21, right? So that kind of range. Do not pay 50 something dollars for 5.7 ammo, right? Go hunt it online or hunt it at yard sales and whatnot, or estate sales and whatnot like that. Got $20 a box on those. Now these right here, those are around, seems like right now, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's just standard 22 ammunition, you're going to be paying $4.99 a box. And it kind of creeped up. It went from $2.99 to $3.99 to $4.99, but that seems to be where it's at right now, right? So if you want a 50 round box just to go out and have fun, that's what you're going to pay, unless it's that super cool stuff that if you can find, get it. But this company right here makes that super maximum, it's called, not super extra, but the super maximum, and that thing is a 30 grain bullet moving at what was it, 1,700 feet per second. That's a game changer for 22. So get yourself some of that. Now 300 blackout. That's a hard one to find. And right now I notice the only things you can really get are the lighter stuff, and I do like the lighter stuff. These are 150 grain, the red boxes, and this black box right there. Well, that one is 110 grain, but I'm always looking for the 200 and the 220s because I like the subsonic, and that's what I use a lot in my PDW. Now, that being said, if you can find it, but it doesn't seem like anybody's loading the 220s as much as they are the lighter stuff, and that's really interesting. It kind of makes me stop and go, I wonder why. Now, as you can see, I've got some boxes of M193 and M855. That's partially because I'm still going to be doing that testing on the Ripper, right? The 20-inch Ripper that we're going to be doing. So I got myself some boxes of those. I'm always looking out for them. Now these are staying at a decent price, anywhere between $12 to $13.99 a box, right? And so if you can find them for that, that's the way to go. If they're any more than that, into the $15, well, that's a choice you're going to have to make right there. Now, honestly, I saw this come back, which I thought was interesting, and it's the 545 by 39. This stuff isn't really coming in, and neither is Tula much into the country anymore because of the choices made by our current administration. That's something to think about when voting time comes. So this stuff's drying up and it's becoming more expensive. But when you do see it for $12 a box or less, you go ahead and grab it, even if you don't have one, because I don't have a 545 by 39. But somebody will, and that is a way to say, so let's call it an investment for barter in the future, right? Right. Now, there's these little 223 company like this that come out right there. Just a big eye, it says right there. I think it's still made in the Tula factory, if I remember right, but it's just regular 55 grain stuff. That's a good one right there. I went ahead and got those because those were $11.99 a box, right? So, good thing. Now, we'll get into our pistol stuff right here. Y'all, of course, want to stock up on 45 because, you know, that is the Lord's ammo. But you know me, I'm a fan of the 10 millimeter. I found some stuff here at an estate sale. This stuff's usually $60 a box or something around there for this 200 grain 10 millimeter Federal, and the Grizzly stuff that's 200 grain. Also got me a big box of Grizzly in 200 grain right there. And what have I got there? That's a, oh, this is just Blazer 180 grand for practice, right? So those kind of things, get it in an estate sale. I didn't pay anywhere near what they're worth because, as you guys know, the specialty ammo here somewhere around $50 to $60 a box, and these things right here will be 50 to 60, even though you get more. You get like 50 rounds instead of 20, right? So be looking for that. You know, whenever you see things like that, even if you don't have one, because you can turn around and trade or sell it to somebody else. Got some 40 Smith & Wesson at that same time. Got a bunch of 9mm. The thing I'll say is you still got this Sergeant stuff out there, Sergeant Major ammunition. It's going to be lesser expensive in your, you know, right around your $15 a box range. It has hard primers. So you got to make sure to test that in your firearm, and do not use it in your carry firearm if it won't fire it, right? So you got to have one that strikes it pretty hard to get their primers to go off. It's okay to get for practice, but don't have it in your carry guns, right? Right, so as you can see in those right there, 9mm, you're paying anywhere. Seems like the going rate right now is anywhere from $19.99 to 21 something a box, but if you can find it for $14 or $15, I would get it at that. Here we got 380. That's a tough one to find. That's like gold right there. You get a box of 380 like that, it's 40 something dollars, which is absolutely insane, right? So when you find it at a yard sale for $20, you jump on it. Same with the 32 auto, right? Because I do have both of those as backups or even summertime carry, right? So be looking for those. Now we're going to get into shotguns right here real quick. Well, first we got 308. Now this is holding pretty steady if you can still find it, right? And there are other brands out there that are generics, and it seems that 308 is holding in the generic steel case stuff right around anywhere from, I've seen it as low as $14 a box to as high as, say $18 a box. But I only paid right in that $14, $15 a box range when I need it, right? And since we're going to be doing some range stuff with 308, got me some boxes when I saw it on sale there. Now I just wanted to put this out there because this is what I use, that Winchester Defender, or it used to be called PDX1 shotgun shells. This is what I use in my shotguns for personal defense. They make it in a 410 model as well. That's great ammo, performs great, patterns great. It's good stuff to get, and Walmart, when it does get it, gets it, and it's only like $15 a box or less, right? So, but I haven't seen Walmart getting a whole lot of ammo lately, right? Now, the other thing, too, is when you can find primers, raw bullets, brass, powder, get yourself some, right? If you're a reloader, get yourself some, because there will become a time when you've got to reload your ammo. Now, one thing I wanted to say here is you'll see I got some flechettes. Now, I know all of you are going to say all that stuff's garbage, and you're right. Most flechettes are garbage. They don't fly right. They're not packed right. And even back when they were made, to be used in combat, which they really didn't get used much for, they really just didn't work well. Now, when they're packed right and so forth like that, they can get through, soft armor, and they can cause problems because it's a round meant to wound and make it painful to move, so you take somebody out of the fight. So I just got these so that maybe we could do a video and do some testing and see if this company, who claims they pack it right. So now I have flechettes myself that I can reload into shotgun shells, and I've gotten them to fly right myself. But you got to put a lot less of them in there, and you got to do it right. So, and you got to use a filler that's the right kind of filler. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do like that. But let's just see if they got it right and have some fun, do a video while we're doing it. Now, while I'm at it, I did order up from my air company, which is Pyramid Air, I think it's called, or Pyramid Air Guns, whatever. I did get myself some ammunition for that because, man, I'll tell you what, nothing like a big boy 30 caliber air gun, man. You can hunt with this as long as you want, and you don't need anything but the bullet, right? And a little bit of air. So these were little 30 grainers, and I think these are 130 grain, and these are 175 grainers. Look at that big boy right there. Tell you what, and they're quiet too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We have some other stuff coming up, like if you guys caught right there that I got one of them PSA daggers, right? Because I'm going to be doing some classes and getting some recertifications and doing some refresher courses and whatnot like that for armed security and unarmed security and whatnot, because one thing I've noticed that's a trend around here is we're starting to see a whole lot more security stepping up at schools, stepping up at movie theaters, and that's a good thing to see, right? We're starting to see it out more. Even at Walmart has a roamer. Now, he's not armed, so a lot of good he'll do. But you know what? I figured I'm always looking for ways to be proactive. And right now, fighting the Measure 114 actively, right? Getting recertified and getting into security and maybe even VIP security for, we don't have any VIPs here and whatnot, but still getting the training, getting the retraining and whatnot from places like that. I may even be headed back out to Front Sight to get some refresher courses out there. So plug to Front Sight. There's things like that we can be doing, even here local. Fighting that measure, we got to be doing that, right? And bringing people together, getting them thinking about how to be self-sufficient, how to be ready for having no power, no water, and those kind of things, right? Right. We got to stop attacking each other and being super critical of people because they don't meet our thoughts on what a prepper is, or our thoughts on what a patriot is, or our thoughts on, whatever, right? We need to start encouraging each other to stand up and, start saying no to things that we're seeing happen out there, like drag shows at schools and things like that, right? I'm sorry, but you know what? There's a place for everything, and you know what? I do believe in freedom or whatnot, but I also believe that that doesn't give you the right to infringe upon others, right, without consequences. So you know what I mean? We've got to be respectful. So until next time, you guys, be safe, be secure, always be aware of your surroundings, be getting ready and prepared for what you think might be coming ahead. And if you've got it, carry it. And if you carry it, go out and practice for your own safety and for others, right? And be ready to use it, right? Because if you're watching like Jack out at Black Scout Survival, man, you really need to be watching those videos and seeing what's happening out there, because it's very real. And in an instant, just like that, it could be over just for some guy who wants to steal a few dollars and a pack of cigarettes. How crazy is that, right? So, be an active part of your community, right? And a lot of these things that I've been watching too, people are standing around while it happens. That's just shameful. You shouldn't stand around. You should get involved. You should make it stop, right? Right. Be a hero, not a zero. Until next time, adios.